How's it going, everyone? Making a review here of the 2021 Chrysler Pacifica. It's a beautiful vehicle. I like the looks of the Pacifica more than the Odyssey or even the Sienna by Toyota. So as you can see here, this is a rental car, but I've been having this rental car now for over 2.5 months. I've driven it almost every single day, going highway, city, long drives, and I'm gonna go over all the pros and cons of this minivan. And there are some pros and cons, and mostly pros, but I'm gonna go over each one of them so you guys are informed of those things. So let's jump right into it. For this specific trim model is LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, and there's also LED fog lights, which is absolutely amazing. The Sienna and Odyssey, though, the Odyssey, unfortunately, some of the lower trim models do not have the LED, which is kind of weird to me. And I think that might be coming soon with their new model year. But overall, the vehicle, the shapes, the body language, the design, very smooth. I don't foresee this minivan looking old, down the road. The Odyssey, though, has a certain type of design that, over maybe a couple years or a decade may become old. But this is this classic. As you can see here, we've got pretty good Yokohama tires, alloy wheels, which, it has pretty good rubber. That this makes it one of the best riding vehicles, in my opinion, out there. We can go right here in the back. So LED, basically LED everything in terms of backup lights, in terms of brake lights, in terms of, and this is a light bar that goes right across right here. Absolutely phenomenal there. And I wanted to go ahead and go in a wide view here, but it does have backup sensors, which is phenomenal for a minivan or SUV. You guys don't have not used it. It does have a backup camera right over here too. One touch, basically open tailgate, which is really nice. It has these little grab handles if you want to be able to bring it down. The only thing is, because this is motorized, you do not want to bring it down by hand, because that's going to mess up the motor over long periods of time. It does have a light right there, which is nice for dark times. And as you can see here, this minivan has a ton of room, in my opinion. And by the way, this is the button right here if you want to go ahead and close the trunk. And in my opinion, this is so much better than an SUV. I know folks say, well, I like SUVs because you sit up high. You actually sit up really high in the minivan too. You may get maybe 1 inch height in an SUV, and it depends on the SUV, but the ones I'm comparing to this one to are like the Toyota Highlander or Honda Pilot, the Honda CR-V. In my opinion, this is the better buy. And I know folks hate minivans. I don't know why they hate them in the US, but in my opinion, they are absolutely the most versatile and best buy out there. By the way, these are seats that you can be able to put in right there. So there is a 3-row. You can see one of the seats has not been pushed down right there. One of them I have pushed down. But this is something that the Pacifica has implemented that Honda with their Odyssey, Toyota with their Sienna, even the Kia models, Hyundai models, which are the same type of company, basically different type of brand name, but they don't have this. And I mean, I'm not talking about the back seat going down. I'm talking about all seats going down, and this being flat. Absolutely amazing, and I absolutely love it. Because let's say, for example, if you're just wanting to put bicycles or a ton of items and you're wanting to move, it's so easy with the Pacifica. Now, keep in mind, the Pacifica does have a plug-in hybrid version, and you're not able to put both seats down on the second row because of the batteries. So this is the non-hybrid version. Just keep that in mind. But if you do get the plug-in hybrid, no, you're not going to be able to do that. The Toyota Sienna is all hybrid trim. So again, the batteries are down there. You're not going to be able to fold it down, unfortunately. But absolutely monstrous amount of space here. So again, this is one feature that I absolutely love, and I think that folks that are looking for something like that, go for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and push the button, get out of the way here. You can see right here, one touch right here too, which I do like. This is much more convenient and easy using this one touch instead of going in. I had a Honda Insight, and it was terrible because you had to push an electronic button and it took several seconds to open. Absolutely a terrible feature there. But back to this again, this is how it looks like interior wise. You've got some lights here on the top, you've got some air vents. Everybody's going to be nice and cool here. You've also got some separated functionality for the fan and air vents on the second row, which by doesn't have right here on the top. So if you guys are looking for it does not have the two-way. One thing I'm really fascinated and love, oh by the way, USB-A, USB-C, absolutely phenomenal that they have that. Not a lot of vehicles have the USB-C. They have the USB-A but not the USB-C, and everything is USB-C. So they really, in terms of future-proofing the vehicle, they've done that with this car. This is the one touch for closing, by the way. So if you guys are wanting to close it, you can push this button and it will close automatically. I love that they have that feature there. They also have this one touch open here from the outside. Again, they really thought about this pretty significantly with the minivan. One downside is it's gonna get dirty down over here, so you guys can see here, cleaning that will be pretty much a difficult task, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's in the outside area. So let's go ahead and close that out. And let's go ahead and go inside here and check it out here. I do like the mirrors. The mirrors do have a let me go ahead and close this here. They do have a hazard light warning sign, so it does have you know, it does alert you in terms of vehicles next to you. It does have LED turn signals on the mirrors, which is phenomenal. I love that about it. The top, it does look like that. You can get this in a sunroof as well. And let's go ahead and go inside here. By the way, you've got some adjustability with the seats. You've got lumbar support of the seats. The seats do have some cushion with them, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and step in here. Nice little thunk in terms of the close. Let me go ahead and try that again. Not bad at all. It doesn't feel cheap or flimsy when closing the door, which I appreciate. Some other vehicles out there, I hate saying the Honda Odyssey, because I do love Honda as a company, and I have purchased Honda in the past, but their doors are not as solid or has that thunk that the Pacifica has. It has a pretty good solid feeling, but it doesn't have it like this. Let's go into some of the options and also the plastics interior wise. You've got hard plastic. I mean, it's not really soft. It's very hard here. You've got some faux plastic leather with some stitching right there. Not much padding there. There is a little bit padding right there for your elbow. You've got some nice cubby space though on both sides and even on the bottom. This is all hard plastic right on the areas here. Again, hard plastics here. Everywhere is hard plastic. You know, even here it has some nice injected molded plastic, which is has a little bit softness and give them it. And it has this nice little faux stitching as well that goes around. It does have automatic dimming rear view mirror. And by the way, it does have, I don't know if you guys can see this also has some Bluetooth functionality right up here too. So if you want to be able to speak, it helps you do that. So let's go ahead and turn on the car here and give it a roar. So let's go ahead into some of the more functionalities here. We've got our auto headlights, fog lights, interior lights to dim and whatnot. You've also got the functionality for calling and ending the call. You got this button right here, which, hello. Sometimes you can be able to speak, and it can be able to recognize it. Right behind the wheels, it has a track forward and back button. And also on the other end, it's very difficult to show this. It has it right here on the other end too. So that's pretty nice. I like that functionality, how they did that little dual ability, because a lot of car manufacturers, they put the volume here and they put the track forward and button here, and then the other buttons is kind of like where is it, right? And you know, sometimes touching it may take some time to get used to, but here in the back is so easy with the fingers and doing that. You've got your turn signals right there on the left. You've got your windshield wipers and back windshield wipers right here on the right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gauge cluster. And I apologize if it's kind of sunny outside, but as you can see, I've been averaging about 22.7 miles per gallon. And that's mixed between city and highway. So the MPG, it's pretty, I don't want to say terrible, but it's pretty bad. It is pretty bad. And as you can see from this minivan, it is empty backside here. There's nothing really in terms of weight, unless, I mean, I'll put myself in the weight category, which you can, but that's with anybody. But if you're adding kids in a family, you will see this MPG go down. And this is the best I've seen in terms of MPG. So you're gonna get 23. Highway, I have tried this out on the highway, cruising at about 65-70 miles per hour. Again, you're gonna see roughly around the same. So usually highway miles, it's much more efficient for gas engines. Hybrid, like the Pacifica plug-in, is more efficient in terms of that for city driving. And overall, actually, you can plug it in and have a decent range to drive in terms of that. So another downside, again, the gas mileage. This is a really thirsty minivan. Another downside is, if you see that logo right there with the car kind of going outside the lane, that's basically the lane departure alert. It's gonna try to keep you in the lane, but it does a terrible job at it. Other car manufacturing companies do a significantly better job at that. For example, Honda, with their Honda Insight vehicle, Honda Accord. I mean, a variety of different vehicles. They have the Honda Sensing package. Toyota has their Toyota Safety Sense package. They just blow this Chrysler Pacifica out of the water. I think the Chrysler brand definitely needs to step it up in terms of their safety technologies and keeping it much more reliable, because this really does a terrible job keeping in the lane, and then, you know, it's very aggressive in terms of the wheel, the steering wheel. And you can change the option in terms of that, but I've seen all options just basically suck. So I hope Chrysler can improve upon that. I think they should to compete with other brands out there. So another thing to consider here, it has a turn shifting knob here for the gears, and in my opinion, I think that's phenomenal. It's so easy, it's so intuitive, it's right there in your grasp, right in your area. You also can be able to turn off the auto start stop functionality right there, which I like to turn off, because this, again, another downside for this vehicle that the other vehicles I've test drove, like the Sienna, like the Odyssey, like some of the Kia Hyundai products, the auto start stop functionality is so much more seamless with those vehicles as opposed to this one. This one, there's definitely some lag when you're at a stoplight and trying to go. There's a few seconds, and it's, you know, it brings unneeded stress in terms of that. So I like the functionality. It can save some gas at the red light, but and you definitely need to save gas in this vehicle, but they need to really tune it much better than what it is right now. You can also see right here, you can have the parking park sense off and on. You can also turn off the lane, centering assist on there, the traction control right there. You can turn off the screen right there. Pretty straightforward, intuitive. Let's go into the infotainment center. This is a nice, clear, clean, nice resolution infotainment screen. I don't say that for many brands out there, but this one definitely blows out of the park. The Toyota, it definitely blows out of the park. The Sienna, Kia, Hyundai, I think they're newer models like the Carnival and whatnot. I think that they're definitely stepping it up in terms of their vehicles, but this by far is, in my opinion, very large, very clear, very concise, and I love the resolution. I love the functionality of it. It's pretty fast in terms of using it. It's got some lag though, as you can see there. If I touch the button, it has a little bit lag, but not too much lag where you get irritated at all. So I like that about it. It has the temperature for the passenger and also the driver. It has the heated seat, heated steering wheel, which if you want to be able to turn on, you can be able to go into the apps area and kind of go down to heated wheel and passenger heat and whatnot. But you're also to go to the comfort setting zone, and I think for the comfort setting, I forgot how to do it this time, but usually when I went in there, oh, there you go. You have to click off, and then once you click off, you'll see this functionality. You can be able to click on the seat heater. It has 2 levels for that, and you can be able to click on the steering wheel for heat on and off. So you can have a high version, low version, and also for the passenger. This is a lifesaver. It really is, because if you're in a cold region, in my opinion, is an absolutely phenomenal thing to have. Other car companies and minivans, they do have it. This has it standard for this trim model. So, and this is not the highest trim, by the way. This is like a lower medium trim level Pacifica. So, with that functionality, with the auto dimming rear view mirror, with a lot of the other functional LED headlights that some car manufacturers are not keeping it as standard, which just blows my mind. In another vehicle that's not similar to this, but the Ford Escape, many of the lower and middle trim models do not have LED headlights, and that's a 2022 model year. It just got refreshed about a year ago. Certain car manufacturing companies and vehicles, I'm just really surprised they don't provide that. For Christ's sakes, Toyota Corolla, which is one of the cheapest vehicles that you can purchase from Toyota, is one of their smallest. One of the Toyota Yaris used to be the smallest, now is the Corolla. It has that standard on even lower trim models. So, not to gripe here and go on a rant, but I think that this vehicle does have a lot of nice goodies. Again, you have USB-C, USB-A right in the front with the aux. You've got a lot of nice little cubbies. You got a nice area down here, which I put my water. You've got some charging ports right there. This comes out, and I got my you got a coin area too, which is really nice to have. Nice little deep cubby area, really nice. You got a little cubby area there. You got nice little size cup holders with some grips on the side, which some car manufacturing companies don't provide, and this one does. You got a nice little, decent size, I want to say deep area right there. The faux leather is pretty nice, very comfortable. With that said, let's go for a drive, guys. All right, so driving the Chrysler Pacifica. This vehicle is very comfortable for long highway driving. It has a very quiet interior, much more quieter than the Honda Odyssey and Toyota Sienna. The comfort level, in my opinion, is absolutely amazing. It's it's a great highway cruiser, in my opinion. It's a really good highway cruiser. I got right here a Ford GT that was just running, racing, whatever. So by the way, the lane departure feature does not activate until you're over 40 miles per hour. And that's pretty standard and normal because even the Honda and Toyota, they don't really do that. So let's go ahead and try it out. Now you can see it's activated. It has that green light on it. And right now it's hands-free. And let's see how it goes. Okay, so you can see right there, it's keeping it in the lane. But this is a pretty straight line here. If you are basically driving in a little bit more of a radius or turn, it's gonna have some difficulties doing that. Another thing is it does have armrests, which I'm really happy about. It has both for the passenger and the driver. I do utilize that armrest on a daily basis driving this vehicle, so just keep that in mind. It's pretty softly padded as well. The passenger space right here, as you can see, it has a lot of room. So if you do have a passenger that's driving with you, they will be comfortable driving this vehicle. Let's continue moving forward here. The radio, the stock standard radio for this vehicle, I was impressed. You know, I can record it here, but it's not gonna do it any justice. The sound quality is pretty good in terms of the speakers and whatnot. So getting the stock standard you know, media speakers with this is going to be with this vehicle, which I was super impressed in comparing it to SUVs, was the handling capability of this vehicle. In my opinion, this vehicle, this van guys, has a really good maneuverability at high speeds, at low speeds, and that's due to it having a lower center of gravity for the vehicle. You know, and not only the lower center of gravity, but on top of the lower center of gravity, it just has a nice feeling in terms of turning. Now it has a little bit of a not, I don't want to say boaty feeling, because it does have a soft suspension and you know, handling capability. It's not a sports car you're driving here, it's a minivan. You know, it is gonna have you know, that type of handling is a soft handling. So the brakes are not bad. They have a pretty good feeling. It's not like you're gonna slam on the brakes. It's pretty soft in terms of doing it. The brakes are, you know, they're not like, again, this is not a sport vehicle, so if you guys are expecting something that has very, very high ability to maneuver or whatnot, you're not gonna get it here. But in my opinion, I think this is one of the, you know, is a really good handling vehicle, and is a minivan. If you guys want something sporty, go get a, you know, Audi Q5S or RS or something like that as an SUV. But minivan wise, I think if you want something a little bit more better handling, that will go to definitely the Honda Odyssey. The Honda Odyssey definitely has better maneuverability, you know, this better overall ability to handle in comparison to all other minivans, in my opinion, driving it and driving the other one. So with that said, guys, this is a nice classy vehicle, highly recommended. You know, if you guys are checking out, I would definitely put this on your list to test drive. Another one I would say to put on, this is, by the way, this recording is of 2022. So the Honda Odyssey has not been refreshed yet. The Sienna has been refreshed as of 2021, and you know, comparison, I mean, I will definitely put the Sienna on your list. I will definitely put the Pacifica. If you're living somewhere where the gas prices are very, very high, look at the Sienna, which is a hybrid. It's not a plug-in hybrid, it's a hybrid though. And then look at the Pacifica plug-in hybrid. Now the plug-in is great because you can use it in 100% electric. You don't have to use any gas, and you can be able to drive it. So again, it depends on your functionality. If you do have questions, please post them below. Happy to help out. Press the like button. Is going to help out the YouTube algorithm so I can continue making more videos for you all. And subscribe for more videos. Thanks, and catch you guys on the next one.